And Uzi. High as fuck! And they're calling your name. Laundry lines played with cello bows. Xylophones leaping from third-story windows. Serifs falling from signs. Mercury glitter on the sidewalk. Young shadows with folded vertebrae. Glass on their lips. Smoking in public. Hastings Street. You call it Wastings Street. Cold sweats and dirty sweatshirts, you call them corpses in training. Former humans, hollow, a blight, bad for business, but let's keep things obvious. You wear good shoes to the heroin district. Condoms stuck to the sidewalk like used gum, black, all the function and flavor gone out of them. You are just visiting. You are just passing through. You are 1,000 cell phone cameras walking by, each one in a hurry, just passing through, quickly, eyes forward like civilized people, like soldiers. No glancing down the swollen throats of alleys, no leaves on the trees, no answering, no asking for direction, no change in your pockets, no, say no. Whatever they ask you, you say no. But no one chooses to live here once. Rather, each one chooses not to leave here thousands of times. Each time the needle pops in, stays a while. Tiny decisions, each one stained, soldered together like old church windows, mosaics in arguments with their many parts, pickpockets with inarticulate hands, slurring their movements like a drunk deaf man, shouting staccato in the intersection, tying up traffic like rubber, a vein, these sunlit sleepwalkers, good at excuses like cigarette smokers, tiny decisions here, lessons unlearned here, a curriculum of forgetting. But let's keep things obvious. Skyscrapers can't help themselves, right? They were born that way. The way that smoke was born to rise, pupils born to dilate, and pupils born to rise. But let's be blunt. You are a jacket and a carefully selected tie. They are a jacket and a carefully tied forearm. You have somewhere to be. They have nowhere to be but here. They mutter to people you can't see. You argue with cell phone towers that they can't see. You are ridiculous to them. They are ridiculous to you. What do you look like to them? Wearing your hurry on your faces like fake eyelashes, Vancouver. Fluid in rigor. Zombie lips and eyes, sunrise. Why knots held in a fist? Intercourse of metal and vein. Glass and lips, witches. Playing graffiti with cello bows, xylophones, dirty fingers, bent elbows. The storm drains are filled with blood blossoms. They are shipwrecked in the middle of Vancouver, and your condos are going up on the next block.
Fact, it's just a word.
Airplane to power pole.
Being shoved into a wall and tightening his grip so hard around my arm that it bruises is enough to know that one day he will. But it doesn't matter how hard you try to stay in line because the line shifts. See, he never really hit me, but he never really had to. I learned to adapt and to move when the line does, because one day he is checking my texts, and the next day he confiscates my phone. I learned not to question when he grabs my hand and tells me he's the only person I'll ever need to talk to. And that's when I realized that line, it doesn't shrink, it only shifts. Because, see, he never really hit me, but that's because he never really had to. I knew my place. It was working 9 to 6, picking up our kid, getting the groceries, and coming home to make dinner and clean up, doing it without a car or fare for the bus, only to cry myself to sleep again because he can't stop screaming about why I'm so late coming home. From now on, he informs me, I'm going to be home every day by 6, and he doesn't have to care if I have to run. So when people ask me how I lost that 40 pounds, it seems a lot easier to lie, because they don't want to think that it happened to me, that they knew me then, or that there was a reason I didn't call anyone for 2 years. See, he never really hit me because he knew he didn't have to. What he did was not worn by a black eye on my face. It was carried in my mind. It was being called fact. It was left at the club and told myself to whore out for another ride, giving him the credit card and not asking questions. It's the silent treatment. It's him checking up on you and being taught to do things the right way because you do everything the wrong way. Because it's a slow and painful process of forgetting who you are in efforts to better control your movements within an ever-shrinking diameter that one day literally gets so small, it chokes you. Literally. See, he never really hit me. He never really had to. And that was enough to know that one day...
Bassinet, crackling. The spine holds electricity.